I've been very blessed to be visited by a female purple gallinule and her offspring. They've been taking afternoon naps right next to my seawall. And this is right after they woke up from their afternoon siesta. The juvenile is sunbathing his wings. It's been very wonderful to get to watch them because I've never had the opportunity to watch purple gallinules up close and personal. And the juvenile is just very funny to watch. He's just now learning the ropes of being a purple gallinule. And he hangs out with his mom some of the time. And then other times he's off by himself doing his own thing. But he is constantly looking for food. Kind of reminds me of a teenager. He's just always on the search for something to eat. See, he's in constant motion, whereas his mom just kind of hangs out and quietly drifts around, floating or sitting on a lily pad. He's been adorable to watch. This is a juvenile purple gallinule. They don't look very much like their parents at all. They're almost entirely a cinnamon buff colored brown. The best way to ID them is probably their very long legs, their conspicuous covert tail feathers, and the shape of their beak. When I first saw this guy, I thought it was a rail, but then after looking through some of my books, I realized it was a juvenile purple gallinule. Here's the mother gallinule. Feeding, and she was just preening. And as you can see, her behavior is completely different from the juvenile. She's much more calm and deliberate in her movements to draw the least amount of attention to herself. Whereas the juvenile doesn't have enough experience and he's more interested in just finding food. There are many times I come out here and I don't even see her until she makes a movement. So she's very well camouflaged. Which is a very good thing. It's keeping her alive, keeping her safe from predators. The females don't have the bright coloration the males do, but they're still gorgeous birds. There she goes. A little bit of preening for us. That's nice. If you read my article about purple gallinules, you'll see where I mention loss of habitat and contaminated food sources are the largest detriment to these birds. Filling in the swamps and the wetlands takes away their habitat. People using pesticides and herbicides takes away their food sources and contaminates their food sources. It's been very rare for me to see a purple gallinule. The last time I saw one was in Everglades National Park, so I feel very blessed to get to see this one. And the juvenile, that's been very special because I never got to see a juvenile before. I'm glad she gave us the chance to watch her preen. Purple gallinules are omnivorous and eat a wide variety of plant and animal material. They eat seeds, fruit, and leaves of plants, both aquatic and terrestrial. They also eat insects, frogs, worms, and fish. There's documentation that they will also consume eggs and the young of other waterbirds. They scour the floating vegetation for food and can often be seen lifting up at the water lily pads to check underneath for bugs or dragonfly nymphs. Their small size, along with their long legs and large feet, give them the perfect buoyancy and construction to travel across the lily pads. They feed mostly in the water, but will also feed on land. They will forage in and around the shoreline shrubs and trees for food. Some of the plant foods that they eat in Florida are windmill grass, paspalum, knotgrass, duckweed, signal grass, spike rush, sawgrass, panic grass, Indian rice, and water lily. So they eat a very wide range of foods. Here he is hunting for food. He's much more active than his mother, and he moves around a lot more. Maybe it's because he needs more protein than her. I'm not sure, but she tends to stay relatively stationary and she doesn't move around as much as him. He is on a constant search for food. Here he is again, searching for food. I think I realized the main difference between he and his mother. He tends to walk around on the top of the lily pads, completely exposed, whereas she tends to swim more and only occasionally be completely exposed. In a few seconds here, you'll see her come into frame on the left side. There she is. I suppose with him being that exposed, it puts him at a higher risk for something to happen to him, so maybe she has learned to stay more concealed. I hope you get a chance to observe a purple gallinule. Maybe take some video or some still shots. Enjoy your green space and appreciate all the beautiful Florida wildlife we have.